Come in closer. Oh my gosh. Look at this one. It's like a laser light show in there. Today we found ourselves in Dongguan, China, and we're at a prototyping factory. This is amazing. You're in for a treat. Let's go preview a couple of different items that you're gonna see a little bit later, but you'll see that they can make huge prototypes. They can be made out of different materials. They could be even bigger, or they could be made out of metal, or they could be flexible. Let's say the new wave, the new generation of shoes. Like I said, there are different materials. So you could go with a PA12, which is a nylon material. It's SLS 3D printed. Or you might be trying to pick up this heavy piece of aluminum. Or this could be stainless steel. Probably the weight of this one is probably stainless steel. They do 3D printing here, and later in this video, you're gonna see a couple of these machines and what they can actually do. One of my favorites, I showed this to my 6-year-old son. He thought it was pretty fascinating, was this aluminum 3D printed dragon. Now, of course, we've seen the plastic ones printed out of what, PLA, ABS, nylon, all the different materials. But this guy right here is aluminum, and they even send it out to electroplating, so it actually looks gold. And if you felt it, it feels pretty heavy too. When you compare that one versus this is the original aluminum, and this is the gold one that's electroplated. This is so fascinating. I'm super excited that you're here. Let's go. Today, we're taking a look at reverse engineering, as well as we're not gonna look at the computer screens. We're gonna respect the team, but there's about 40 designers that are working on refining prototypes, building prototypes, and eventually they're gonna send it over to the 3D printing department and the casting department, and maybe even some injection molding. So let's go take a look at the reverse engineering and see what they use. As we walk in, we see all of the engineers over here working on designing, and craftsmen, artists, they're all working on various items. As you peek inside this room here, you'll see that there is a ATOS Core machine, and they put little dots, and sometimes they paint the different devices that they are reverse engineering, and they will spin it on this turntable, and the turntable, they'll slowly take pictures of it, and once they take pictures, it goes over to the computer, and they have several different pictures that they can put together in a software. Also, take a look here really fast. I just noticed this. They have a white paint over the circuit board. So they are basically going to reverse engineer and scan all of these, and then they send it over to the team of people right behind the camera here. So this team of people will be basically taking the pictures that they just scanned and bringing them to real life. They're gonna be manipulating it, making sure that the mesh is nice and solid, that there's no polygon shapes, that it's nice, smooth, square, round surfaces. So that's what this folks are doing. This set of folks, they have special tools here. So come over here, he has a pencil tool, and this is mostly for prototyping, where you're prototyping different organic shapes, body parts, and it gives a real tactic feel. So when he picks up that pencil on that device with the robotic arm, he actually can feel what's on the screen and manipulate around. He can push a couple keyboard buttons, and then from there, he's able to extract or push and twist and pull the different shapes on the computer screen. So this is the bigger area where they are making the big square, big block shapes, and then it goes over to that side where it's more fine-tuning pieces. This is the dormitory for this huge factory. So this is basically where the employees of the factory live and work. Right down there is the cafeteria where they eat their breakfast, lunches, and dinners. And then these huge buildings are filled with different machines that they use to make their prototypes. Oh my gosh. They have so many SLA 3D printers here. This is amazing. The size is 2 foot by 2 foot by 16 inches. Like, mind blowing. They are using Chinese built 3D printers that make SLA components. And if you're thinking about the resolution, they can do 0.025 millimeters. They have different colors. They have white, they have black, they have clear, they have a gray, they have yellow, they have all kinds of different colors. As you peek into this machine right here, you can see the laser is moving really fast back and forth. And that laser into that vat of material will allow the material to harden. That resin will harden, and layer by layer by layer, it will take shape. Here you can see this print has 3,312 layers in order for it to be finished. And right now it's at 2,020 layers. This shows the speed of the machine. It shows the resolution of the layers. Everything you can see from this machine. You can control it right here from the computer. These are such professional machines. This is the vat of the material they make locally here in China. So they're able to fine-tune the machines, they're able to tweak the machines, they can do the maintenance on the machines. The material itself is nearby. And in this one factory we're at, they have over 500 3D printers. Let's peek into this one right here. Now there's one down here with the yellow light. It's blinking. I opened it on the way down because I was getting a tour before I turned on the camera. I want to go open this up real fast. It's something confidential. It's a type of a phone case. I'm not going to get into the details. I don't know what the real details are, but the reality is we're just going to peek in real fast and take a look. It's a type of phone case, but we don't need to go too far. It looks just like that. What they do with these machines is they have a schedule that they maintain, and every machine is well maintained, and they have a human. They don't have any humans here, but the human comes through and maintains it. When these are done, they come through, pull them out, and then they take it to their post-processing area. Look at this one. It's like a laser light show on there. Now, where do they clean the material? The SLA they have to put into ISP, isopropyl alcohol. So for chemistry reasons, they're not going to allow us to see where they post-process the products, which I can totally understand. These are prototypes for people all around the world, so we want to respect their privacy.
We can sit at front of door and take a look.
Okay, let's go take a look. So this is the area, it's a massive area where they break the supports off, and they must wash it off by hand. They didn't want us to see some of those areas, which I can completely respect, but it comes down here and drains in the bottom, and then they can take and clean out that material. So this is where they process all of the SLA prints. And this room is nice and air conditioned. So inside this room, they're doing chemical processing. They asked us not to enter for safety reasons, I can respect, but they have chemicals over there. I'm assuming by the smell of it, isopropyl alcohol.
Yeah, but you can.
That makes sense. So on this side of the wall, on this floor is SLA.
Yeah.
And then on this side is
Metal.
the metal
Yes.
3D printing.
Yeah, and it's called SLM.
So
MSL.
SLM.
This is the size.
And
this is the weight.
the size is 230 millimeters by 160 millimeters by 190 millimeters. And the material we learned earlier was aluminum
This is,
and stainless steel.
Alloy and then and stainless steel.
So the way they do this, they have a hole, and then they have powder, and then
Yes,
they lay a type of glue on top of it.
Okay, so like SLA is from liquid
Right.
to a cube, right?
It cures it to a
Correct.
hard resin.
Correct. So this is powder,
Yes,
but they all use laser,
yes.
and then the laser becomes kind of like a UV for the plastic, and for the metal, this is kind of like burning. The
Right.
laser
Okay. So
is
the
kind of
metal
like burning.
burns. The laser burns the
And then
metal.
They becomes together.
Now, do they have to send it out for sintering, like to heat it up, or is it already done?
这个搞完之后还需要再去加热吗？
Can you use the part once it's out of the machine?
Some of them
Okay.
still need heat treatment.
Okay.
Some of them, yeah, some of them have the harden process for heat treatment, but some of them is good to go.
So depending on the machine, depending on the process
Yes.
behind this
And
wall.
also, I think also depends on the size. And this is also 380, 380, 380.
Okay, so the size is pretty large size.
Yeah.
And what is 5.35 kg?
That's the weight for this one. So this is only for this one.
Oh, this is an example.
Yes, example.
Okay. So the 380 by 380
It's the machine.
by, what was it, 200? So 2 foot
380.
by 2 foot by 16 inches?
Yeah.
Or it's a cube, 380.
这几乎可以做成一个正方形吗？Yeah, it's a cube.
Okay, so it's approximately 2 feet cubed for these machines. 多少下个?
12.
How many?
12.
Oh, tree. 个.
1, 3, 1, 2.
Yeah, okay, so they have 12 of these machines here. So they have 500 SLA, but they have 12 metal. Perfect. Thank you so much. So we have ovens for the second part of the process for some of those machines because they put it in and they heat up and they get rid of the material, the additive material that was holding it together. Over here, it looks like they have some milling machines and working tools. All right, so check this out. Over here, you have, it looks like aluminum parts that are basically ready for production. They're probably post-processing them with this, wiping off any extra material, and then they're probably gonna put it into a bag, and then from here, send it to the QC department to check all of the dimensions for all of the different parts. You can see the different shininess between these and these. So I would assume that these ones are probably a type of stainless steel compared to the aluminum ones over here. And if you look really close, you can see just like an SLA 3D printer, you have support material. And so this support material is hard. It's very difficult. And so they have to wear gloves when they process this because you can get metal in your hands. Check this out. One of my favorite things I love to do is I love to look at the tools when you go to the factories. So they make all kinds of specialty tools to fix their products and make their product. Here's one. Obviously, standard tools, but I love when I see, stuff that I've never seen before. So this looks like a pneumatic polishing tool. Let me see if it works. It does. So they have polishing tools. And this one's probably a foot pedal. And those are used to polish the different components here. And a human, which it's after hours, so we were here at the factory a little bit late, but a human actually processes all the surface area and removes all of the extra support material. I can't see what's happening in this room, but I can hear air. Yeah, so they use air to blow off any extra powder, any of that extra metal powder. And they have different stations. So it looks like people sit at every single one of those stations and process every single prototype that comes out of the machines. We're in another part of the building. This building is just like endless, so we keep walking here. And they say that in this area, oh look, HP machines, they're doing, is it SLS? They're doing SLS nylon. So that's what we saw earlier was the PA12. And they also mentioned that in those rooms, actually outside too, you can see the powder. So as I wipe this off, there's powder in the air. So we don't want to stay in here too long unprotected. I have to make a small correction. I thought it was SLS, but as we looked it up, it's MJF, multi-jet fusion. I'm not familiar with that, but I stand corrected. Earlier, we were thinking this is SLS. It's not SLS. This is an HP brand of 3D printer that they're using for the nylon material. And as we pan over to this side, we'll see that this is where they post-process the material. They blow off all the extra powder from the prototypes in these big machines. These are basically like sandblasting machines, but they use air instead of sand to blow off that extra powder. We don't want to stay in here too long because I'm sure there's aggregate in the air and, well, we got to protect ourselves. Yeah, as you can see here, it's on my fingers. You can smell. So this room is an unprotected room. The lights are off in here. I can't see too much. But I do see that there's a tumbler inside these machines, probably kind of a spinning machine that shoots air. And then you see on the other side, they have gloves, so you can insert hands to process the different components. I don't see anything hidden in there. There's no aggregate, nothing at the bottom, but I can see that they have areas back there where they're probably collecting all of the aggregate. Let's see, what else do we have back here? Yeah, nothing additional extra here, just components and pieces. You can see they're processing the pieces down there, but it looks like the machines are empty as the folks have left the company today. But in this room, again, they do post-processing and they're removing all of the different aggregate from the prototypes. And they're using these machines where they're blowing air and they have a tumbler in there. Pretty rough prototypes to be able to go through this tumbling process. So this is another room yet at the end of the building here where they do post-processing. We'll go and take a sneak peek of what they're doing for processing, but they're basically using air to blow off the different aggregate from the prototypes, and then they have vacuums where they're sucking it out too. You see it's pretty clean inside this machine overall. But they're also using the same HP branded machines that they imported to clean the aggregate from the prototypes. If you take a sneak peek down here, you see some of the aggregate. Oh, I went to pick it up, it's just powder, but it crumbled. Absolutely just crumbled. Watch. I'll take this big piece. It almost feels like a dry powder or kind of like an ice cream. You know, that dry ice cream that you eat when it goes to space? And if you squeeze it, it just kind of crumbles everywhere. It feels like talc powder is what it actually feels like. You see the different tools in this room? You know, it's a standard brush. Looks like a vacuum nozzle, gloves. Really fascinating. I guess that is the end of this video. We're gonna go ahead and exit and be on our way. Thanks for watching.